Hi, I'm Dr. Gary Severance at E4D Technologies, and I'm at the California Dental Association meeting at the Henry Schein booth, and we're busier than ever. Dentists are finally realizing that chairside CAD/CAM dentistry can not only be a productive part of their daily practice, offering same-day dentistry, but also economically, they can keep more of their restorations in-house and provide their patients with same-day dentistry, which is actually healthier dentistry. What's phenomenal is really the evolution of the E4D dentist system. As we see here, we have the unique capability of designing multiple units at the same time so we can watch as teeth morph into place. And more importantly, patients can see that in your office as well. And they can also get the benefits of same-day dentistry. Instead of going home with temporaries and other restorations that may not be their permanent type, they can actually leave with their final restoration cemented into place, whether it's IPS Empress or 3M Paradigm materials, or even the new IPS Emax CAD materials. At this show, we're introducing some very unique innovations that have come from our current user base that have given us suggestions. The ability to use a rubber tooth tool and modify the teeth any way that we want. Again, multiple unit restorations, not only in the posterior, but in the anterior as well. We can do up to 16 teeth. You'll also see the crowd around here are bringing models so they can take home the advantages of E4D dentists and try it for themselves. They'll bring their model prepped with a full coverage crown, and our CAD/CAM specialists will really work with different applications to scan their models, design their restorations, mill it, and then we have the capability to stain and glaze or even finally cure the Emax CAD material. That's called E4D Takeout, and if you haven't heard of it, you should take advantage of that. It's a great way to experience the E4D. The other unique aspects is certainly the education. We really invoke the team approach, and we have some great dental assistants here, dentists here, and other people that have really can combine and contribute to the whole effective aspect of you doing this in your office. So you'll hear from them a little bit later. But education is key. We do all the training down in Dallas and have a dental assistant and a dentist for that training. And then the support. As you can see now, I'm hooked up online, and actually somebody in Dallas, Texas, in the home of E4D and D4D Technologies, is doing all of this. So at some point I can ask them or talk to them on the phone, and they can help me design. Or even better, if I want the design to be completely done by them, that service is available as well. So really, D4D Technologies with the E4D's dentist system surrounds the practice and brings dental technicians, dental assistants, and dentists together like never before. You'll also have the opportunity to utilize rapid scan, foot-free scanning capabilities, and rapid scanning a 3D image into your system as well. What's very unique too is some of the unique capabilities we have of simply bringing this into more of a tooth-like structure. We call this the Medusa button, and it allows us to really see the format of this type of technology and see how these teeth match the existing dentition rather than looking at blue. And we can look at this every which way. Not only helps in the posterior to see how the restorations blend before you mill, but it also gives you the capability in the anterior to have them disappear. And now you see this as it would be on a stone model, but really indistinguishable from the neighboring dentition. So you can see how those restorations fit into place. We're very fortunate here to have Dr. Jeff Barrera and his team members here too, a local E4D or ECHO member, and he'll be able to really provide you insight of how these work on a daily basis into a practice, how patients really expand their expectations of what modern dentistry can offer. We say it's modern dentistry for modern lifestyles because it's healthier dentistry, more convenient, and more economical to give the same quality without a compromise in any way. Thanks. We look forward to joining us at a Henry Schein Center or the E4D Center in Dallas, Texas, and certainly look us up. Also have a great opportunity to check out the latest at Catapalooza.com and go and see Catapalooza 2009 featuring Gordon Christensen, Ed McLaren, Curtis Jansen, Lee Culp, and all of the featured speakers at this type of event in Miami Beach, August 7th, 2009. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you in Dallas.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeff Rohde with Dentalcompare. We're at the CDA convention sitting down in the E4D booth talking about D4D with Dr. Jeff Barrera and Michelle Hewitt. You guys, thanks for your time.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Now, you have the D4D in your office.
Correct.
How have you liked it?
It's been a lot of fun. It's definitely changed our practice. We're in about our 10th month now, and definitely it's been an exciting process for us. It's allowed us to do what we think is better dentistry because we're doing a lot more conservative restorations. We're able to see my staff get empowered in a way that's exciting. They're doing, assistants aren't just doing normal suctioning and dealing with a patient. They're actually able to do some fun things. And so it's the future, and we're excited that we're a part of that.
Right. So you've been enjoying having this technology in the office.
Absolutely. Dr. Barrera gave me this opportunity about 10 months ago, and I've been assisting for about 20 years. And I've been able to learn something new in this point in my career and just take off with it. It's been a great experience, but our patients love it too. As doctor prepares the tooth, he leaves. As an assistant, we get to sit down with the cart in the operatory, and the patient can see it happening right in front of their eyes. So they get to be a part of it as well.
There's a definite buzz in the practice because of the ability to show the patient this is actually making your tooth as we sit here.
Right.
And it's a different concept, and so it's exciting. I mean, the community is embracing same-day dentistry, and so we're excited. And not even just the assistants, the front office, the hygienists, they're talking about, CAD/CAM dentistry and what the E4D can do. So it's exciting.
Now, it seems like sometimes what we come across is there's a public perception that if you're doing it quickly, maybe the quality isn't there. How do you address that with your patients?
You know what? We try and show them that when we are zooming in on something that a lab is using maybe loupes or some magnifier to look at this little model, this little impression at this level, and we are zooming in on this model on a computer screen and seeing margins that you really can't see, and the computer's choosing where that margin is and we're aiding it, you're not going to have a bad day. A lab man can have a bad day cutting a dot. It's just the way of the future. A lot of things are going CAD/CAM, and dentistry right now is on that forefront to make that change. It's all throughout dentistry, and so we're excited that we're with a company that is dedicated to their product, and they are definitely giving us the training. I mean, when Lee Culp, who I think is the best ceramist in the country, is hands-on training us in an awesome facility in Dallas, it doesn't get any better than that. And for us to sit there and just pick his brain, and he's so open to share with us some of the things that he has learned and done over the years. So when you go back to your original question, the quality is there. Now, definitely there was a little bit of a learning curve for us because I'm not a ceramist, I'm not a Lee Culp, neither is Michelle.
Right.
But some of the restorations that Michelle and Julia, my assistants, are doing are spectacular. And so,
I was going to say, what was it like for you guys to kind of all of a sudden show up there and go, all right, we're going to learn this thing? I mean, was it overwhelming? Or?
Not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. I was excited. I was ready. Let's do this. And
I think D4D sets it up so nicely. I mean, they've got this beautiful facility.
Right.
They know exactly what they're going to try and give you the information. There's a lot of information, so definitely you're tired because you're like, wow, but you've got your own cart, you're doing the work, they're walking around making sure you're understanding it, they're just walking you through the whole process. So it was pretty easy, from the moment we got there to the moment we left, it was like, wow, that was an experience.
Right.
So we were happy.
So you mentioned before that he is doing some of the prep and then leaves the room, and that kind of leaves you doing the design, the staining and glazing. I mean, this must be a lot of fun for you.
it is fun. I wouldn't have this opportunity anywhere else. It's been a great learning experience, and we're still learning. And we're getting great restorations.
The last thing we think that we want is for me to sit there and do the whole process. In order for this, I think, to work in everyone's everyday practice is for me to do what I normally do, and that is do the prep work, maybe do the isolation of the tissue, and let the assistants take it from there. And that's where it's not going to disrupt the production of one's practice. Now, there's a little bit of a learning curve in the beginning. Every new technology, you have that.
Right.
But once you get beyond the learning curve, it has really made us more productive. We've cut out our cement appointments 2 weeks later.
Right.
Patients are excited with the fact that they are getting their restorations that same day, and they are gorgeous. We're excited because we're seeing this work. It's new. It's definitely something that we're saying, wow, we would have never thought we'd see this in dentistry, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Right. So how would you address then, one of the things people see, with this technology, they go, wow, they see the price tag first, and then the benefit later. But how would you address that? How has that, that price tag been something that you addressed when you said, is this something we really want to do?
I'll relate that because for me, I've never had a problem. If I felt like it was going to be better for us, better for the practice, better for my patients, I was willing to invest. I've been sort of on the fence on whether I was going to bring a BioLase laser into my practice. It was a lot easier for me to make a decision on a similar piece of equipment, but that I could see that had a lot more value to the practice and to the patients.
Right.
Being able to show that to my patients was huge. Being able to sort of like see it take effect was huge. Seeing how it did help my overhead, in so many ways. Improving my dentistry.
Right.
Allowing me to do more partial coverage, which of course I wasn't a huge fan of, not because I didn't believe in partial coverage, but the second appointment was never really the easiest. Patients complain about their temporaries breaking. You're trying to be conservative. You got these little temps that you're dealing with. We're now having same-day visits done in an hour and a half, and patients walking out of there with a finished restoration. One of the things that I made sure was, does the technology work? Everything that we did initially, we wanted to x-ray. We wanted to make sure that we weren't compromising in any way.
Right.
And we haven't. We now, 10-month user. I show, some before and afters. I'm like, wow, that's impressive. Those are things that Michelle and Julia and Gail, they're doing. Right. They're able to show us.
Right. So it does make life during the day a little more fun.
Absolutely.
A lot more fun. Yeah, when you get to play with something like this. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, definitely it's come a long way.
Right. Well, Michelle, Jeff, thank you so much for your time.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Jeff Rohde with Dentalcompare.